Hey everyone, this is Devendra Bankar and welcome to Short Stories on Practical Software Development. These stories are inspired from my friend Cody's experience, his learnings, his mistakes, and most importantly, his self-realization. Each story is unique and focuses on one software aspect at a time. In this story, we would see how Cody identified whether a given code is a good code or a bad code. So the story begins in time when Cody was working in a maintenance project and he was given a defect related to a function. When Cody looked at the function looked programmatically right, but it had lot of IJKs, lot of short forms, lot of nested if conditions. So it was fairly difficult to understand what it was doing. It was as if it was working good on most of the cases, but how it was working was rather unknown. This reminded Cody of a classical software movement, which says, if it works, let's not touch the code, because we might break something else. This incident registered the question to Cody's mind, whether the function code was a good code or a bad code. After a while, Cody was assigned to a different project which was near about 70% complete. And he was given responsibility to add a new feature on the existing code base. When Cody started the initial analysis, he realized that this new feature was dependent on another module's functionality. So when Cody got connected with the other module owner and explained the problem and asked him to pinpoint the code which was trailing in dependency, he was surprised to hear what other module owner said. He said, "Well, Cody, you see, this sounds great, but this was done by me 6 months back. And now the code has evolved a lot. The context is lost. So the code that you are looking forward is scattered around in the module. And to identify right now, it's going to be very time consuming, complex, and fairly difficult." This came as a showstopper to Cody because now not only he had to manage the new feature, but also deal with what the other module owner did not remember what he did some time back, and understand the other code as well. So this incident again re-registered the question that he had been fighting for some time, whether the new module and the other module code is going to be a good code or a bad code. Finally, the answer came. It all started when Cody was given an opportunity to start a new development right from the scratch. So far, Cody had been working on a maintenance kind of projects. The code were already developed and he had to modify to meet the new requirements. But developing something from the scratch was like a dream for Cody. So as Cody started the new development and worked through the project development phases, the first reality check came when he reached to the implementation phase. Because at the implementation phase, he saw that there are blank files and now he was about to start coding. He saw that there are practically n number of ways in which he could start the implementation. Approach 1, one set of programming statements. Approach 2, another set of programming statements, and so on. Because the software allows a developer to choose any kind of statements and resulting into the expected behavior. That's the power of software. So he could choose a one approach where he could use his knowledge and then write the code based on his assumptions, his coding style, coding standards, which might be difficult for somebody else to catch up on later. Whereas he could choose one approach which is like a developer independent, which can be understandable by any other developer. And that's where the answer to Holly's question came. And it came like a flash. It was like somebody giving him the extra pair of invisible glasses to identify whether given a code is a good code or a bad code. So he realized that the answer to a good code or bad code lies with the author of the code. If author chooses one approach where the code is written from author's viewpoint, author's coding styles, coding standards, his assumption, author's domain knowledge, then the final output of that approach would be very difficult for somebody else to modify. Whereas if the author selects an approach which is author independent code, which can be understood by anybody else, then the code would come out as really good code. Reasons are very simple. Number one, from day one, the code becomes author independent, meaning any other developer can modify the code. And number two, from day one, the code becomes future ready, because any developer can modify the code in any point of time. Thank you for going through the story of Cody, and if you think what Cody has found out is right, please like, share and provide the valuable comments. And if you think there is some scope of improvement, which always there would be, then also please share your comments, because together we all can learn and make some really good software.